Good morning, my name is Ryan Fletcher, and I'm here today to talk to you about some of my hydrogen utilization ideas. Now before we begin, I'd like to briefly discuss some of the assumptions I've made in creating these ideas. First and foremost, all utilized hydrogen should be created from renewable energy sources and from water, likely via the process of electrolysis. Secondly, all electricity used in my ideas should be created from renewable energy sources as well, such as wind, wave, solar, and geothermal. Lastly, I'm really assuming that Proton OnSite will embrace my notion of giving them more than one engineering idea instead of just solely one idea. So my first idea is basically a solution to the low energy carrying capacity of hydrogen vehicles. Now currently these vehicles carry their hydrogen, or their energy source, in really a pressurized gas or its liquid form, but this isn't actually the densest form of hydrogen. Additionally, hydrogen gas, which is hydrogen's natural form at normal standard atmospheric pressure and temperature, really doesn't have a color or an odor, so this could pose serious problems when trying to detect potentially dangerous leaks. And lastly, the current distribution of network of hydrogen has some inefficiencies, specifically where the hydrogen is being produced and then shipped to consumers instead of simply being produced directly next to consumers. So the first part of my solution to this problem is basically a pressurized cryogenic storage device for hydrogen, and this could either be an aftermarket product or be the primary fuel system for hydrogen vehicles. It will basically utilize either slush, metal, or solid forms of the hydrogen, and also it should have the following features. Basically, it should have various adapters, if it is to be an aftermarket product, for all the various fuel systems of hydrogen vehicles available. And it should also be refillable with most of the hydrogen forms available, whether they be gas, solid, or liquid, although refilling with a solid may be a little bit difficult due to its infinite viscosity. Additionally, these devices should have various sizes and volumetric fuel capacities, so a consumer may want a small portable device, or they may want a gigantic, large capacity device. And lastly, these devices could really resemble and utilize current propane technologies. So this now brings me to the second part of my idea, which is basically a novel distribution network. So I'm envisioning basically abundant, localized electrolysis facilities in close quarters to its consumers to avoid all that extra energy usage of producing the hydrogen and then actually transporting it to the consumers. So this could also really model petroleum distribution today, specifically gas stations and other refueling stations. So basically you could convert, let's say, a gas station into a hydrogen station by simply modifying the fuel pumps and putting an electrolysis facility on site. And lastly, these electrolysis facilities should really include some sort of color or scent additive to the fuel. Now this leads me to my second idea of really energy converters. So this would solve the problem of that some locations may have access to hydrogen but not electricity, or they may have access to electricity but not hydrogen. So let's say some group of people wants to go to the beach and wants to set up a stereo system, but they don't have a source of electricity. What they could do is carry in their hydrogen and then convert it to electricity on site. Or conversely, let's say you're in a technology lagging part of the world and there's the electric grid set up, but there's no hydrogen distribution set up yet. You can simply create the hydrogen on site. And lastly, hydrogen transport is definitely more viable than the electric grid if the electric grid is not actually present and needs to be constructed, and you only need to use a small amount of energy. So my solution to this problem is basically portable electrolysis devices, portable generators, and a combination package which is also portable of an electrolysis device and a generator. Now these should really have the features that they are the size and weight of a portable gas generator. They should be compatible with any potential products realized from my first idea, and really any sort of generator could potentially capture its H2O emissions for use in water-stricken and arid areas. So to save time, I'm omitting my plan and development, but you can see my report for a quick write-up of that. If you have questions, feel free to email me at rfletcher@wpi.edu. Have a nice day.